Have you had a good rest? I am honored to have a match with you today, Sir Feudal Chief. The head of a prestigious family, Dan Chunmurong, who used to look down on us just showed me courtesy and acknowledged me as Hunan Province's feudal chief. Is he perhaps making fun of me? No, his smile is sincere. It's not going to be as easy as I thought. Ha ha ha. You are too modest. I also want to witness the potential of the great Murong family today, since it didn't live up to my expectations last time. TCH. As expected, he didn't fall for this provocation. Then let us begin. I'll overwhelm him from the beginning. I thought he was only wasting his time in solitary confinement. On the contrary, the tip of his sword has gotten sharper. I don't know what it is, but this isn't the end. The sparring will go on longer. Hey, why does it seem like Muwung Chiol is being cornered? Am I mistaken? Is that so? Still, seeing how Muwung Chiol keeps going on the offensive. TSK, so what if you just go on attacking? There is not a single attack of Muwung Chiol that has properly landed. Isn't that so? Indeed. I thought the Iron family would win without a doubt. On the contrary, Dan Chunmurong is slowly becoming more relaxed and confident. TCH, this old geezer. As I expected. This is my chance. Hiya up. No way. Did this old geezer predict that I would dodge? Is he toying with me? Damned old geezer. I'm Muwung Chiol, the one slash. Damn it. Since he's easily blocking my attacks while I'm barely blocking him. It may seem like I'm taking the lead here, but I think the real benefit lies with him. Moreover, his breathing has not disheveled at all. What should I do? My attacks aren't going through him at all. I have to live up to my nickname, one slash, but I just can't seem to break through. Look at this guy. He's switching to the offensive when he knows I'm confident in the slugfest. This should work better. But why am I feeling so out of place? Hiya. Damn. This is not the time or useless contemplation. Hiya. I must focus on the duel. What an incredible force. It's like an explosion. This ringing is so intense in my ears. Me, who has never lost to a slugfest, is losing. Damn it. This freaking old geezer. Even though he has got the upper hand against me, there are no signs of excitement or joy whatsoever. As if. Is this Adicophobia? This is impossible. Arg. The one slash, Muwung Chiol, will bet on everything I've got. Whoa. It's an enormous force. Gasp. I can feel it even down here. First sword or whatever he is. It's a force that can blow everything to destruction in one go. If Warrior Murong gets hit with that force head-on, he won't win. He has no choice but to dodge that. Grandfather. First sword, Murong Danshin wins. Wah. Thank you for yielding. It was a great match. Wait. That last form. What was that? I certainly have never seen that. But what I saw in front of my eyes throughout our match at the same time. I just can't understand that gap. It's just one of the sword arts of our incompetent family. But this may be only the second time this sword art was ever revealed to the world. From this day on, the first sword, Dan Chun Murong, is the feudal chief of Hunan province. Cheers to the Murong family. I get it. What the disharmony that I felt earlier. Why Dan Chun Murong was on the defense at first. Why did he pull out the slugfest that I was so confident about? Why did the intense fear of failure even appear in my mind? This wasn't a match that I could win in the first place. It was just to confirm the results of Dan Chun's achievement. Dan Chun Murong was looking down on me from the beginning. The Iron Family. As of now, the power expansion of the Murong family is scary. They are implementing an unprecedented and aggressive policy internally as well as externally. As such, the nearby sects, even the Shaolin Temple, are nervous and paying close attention. Ugh. That old geezer. What in the world did he do to make his martial arts grow so strong? Within such a short amount of time. How would I know that? Did he consume that precious wild ginseng from Goryeo? What is the reason? Damn it. If he won't spit it out, we have to make him spit it out. What do you want him to dirtily spit out? Murong family. Internal meeting room. You mean the source is from Hebei province? That is too close to us. However, we cannot conclude that it is located in Hebei province. They may be circumstantially headed to Hebei province. Tell the disciples in Beijing to put more effort into it. Beyond Heaven's Reach Azure Dragon Sword Ruler. I also read his letter, but I couldn't obtain enlightenment like grandfather. At first glance, I was amazed at how clear and distinct the writing was, but that was all. Is it because my level is not as high as my grandfather's? My lord. Is anything wrong? Right now, in front of the door, there are the head of the Iron family and the other members. If the first sword Dan Chun Murong didn't bribe, how did he win against 1/Muong Chiol? We, the Murim comrades of Hunan province, are suspicious of the Murong family. First sword, Dan Chun Murong. Come out and explain everything. My lord, this is. The pang has just started to spread its wings. Do you think there wouldn't be any sand dust? Sand dust. So, how did it go? Did the first sword win? Of course, Dan Chun Murong won proudly. 1/Muong Chiol even lost his favorite blade and ended up kneeling to first sword. Isn't that what a revenge match is all about? The people gathered at the green fields below the fighting arena were all cheering. That's enough. Could you tell me in detail about first sword Dan Chun Murong's last blow? I wasn't there to watch directly, so I couldn't really say anything. To think he'd cut me off. I don't think the audience would have noticed unless they had some training in martial arts. Of course, if an expert like me saw it, I would be able to perfectly catch his movements. The first sword won. By the way, this is not the end of the story. There is no way that the Iron family, who lost their position, would stay still. Forget it. Didn't you say you didn't see it in person anyway? I mean, still, isn't this normal? Right now, the Iron family is about to counterattack. How will things turn out for Murong family? Forget it. Now tell me about the match that you've seen. I mean, this is where the fun part is. How me Murong from the Murong family played a role. I said, forget it. Why do you keep at it? Oh my. I have no other choice if you're like this. I must tell you about Dok Garang, the best martial master of MANHWA province. Ah, Eunuch Park. Scholar Woon. Is your morning work over? Well, I'm done with the outline. Though it will take a few more days. It shouldn't matter because I have time remaining, right? Ah, come to think of it, there's another book I'd like to ask you about. It hasn't been long since I gave you the book last. Your libido must be really high, ft. Stop the silly joke. Ah, right. By any chance, don't you need more silver tokens? The books will cost quite a lot. It's still enough. I'm asking from people who come and go here, so you don't have to worry about silver tokens. Is that so? In any case, thanks. There's no need. It's something I naturally have to do. I heard you stopped going to the embroidered uniform guards training ground. What happened? The vice-rector of the guards who came as the new instructor. What? A scholar. Scholars should act like scholars and read books. What are you doing on the training ground? Azure Dragon Scholar. Then again, you're so ambiguous. That's why you can only become a scholar. Get out at once. This is not a playground. No, thanks to that, I was able to gather my thoughts too. That Imperial Guard's vice-rector may be right. I can neither become a military officer nor a scholar. Now that I'm already out of the royal palace's sight, my future is uncertain. I am, but... To be honest, I'm doing something else. It's not much. Now that I practice sword arts without holding a sword, there's something I'm thinking of suddenly. Oh ho. What kind of thoughts? Ah, that's... How should I put it? In the end, don't the countless sword arts in this world start from simple movements? So... You mean all streams return to the main river? So I'm thinking of making a sword style. A simple style that even young kids can follow. It feels bizarre. Is it because I haven't held this in a few months, huh? I always practiced while recalling the feeling of this wooden sword, but now that I'm wielding it, it feels different. Oh dear. Is this also the apparent result of practice? Right, it doesn't exist anyway. I'm making a sword art with my heart, but what is the difference between an empty-handed deadbeat and a deadbeat with a wooden sword? In the end, it's just a sword art in my heart. What is this strange energy on the wooden sword? Is this? Thanks to the internal energy techniques that Hyung Nim gave me. Right, let's not forget. At least for Hyung Nim, I must confidently go on with my life. I can feel the ripple of the atmosphere. The final third form. Huff. Ichem. To think it will require this much strength. In the end, could it be called real combat sword art? Or where did it go wrong? I reconstructed the White Tiger training sword art and made 3-style White Tiger real combat sword art. But I have no one to test whether it will work in actual combat. If I'm this slow, when will I succeed in making the scholar word the Azure Dragon Sword? Scholar Sword. A sword style with a goal of being the simplest technique, just as I mentioned to the Eunuch Park. As the sages say, the great Tao dwells in everything. Why is there nothing like that in sword arts? An Azure Dragon Sword. It's the sword dance I saw once but couldn't perfect in that dreamlike world. The sword that's left a vague nostalgia, as if you could reach it but can't. I will climb the grand mountain and walk over the great Tao. Let's do it one more time. Chaohu, an eastern district of MANHWA province. Hyap. Take this. Erg. You. You do live up to your name. Solitary Swordsman. Dok Garang. Whoa. As expected of the Solitary Swordsman, TSK, the opponent was too reckless. If you fly up when you're being cornered, how can you call that an attack? That's just you running away. That was a good battle. Would you call such a clumsy swordplay a good battle? Ugh. I was expecting something formidable. But they were just empty shells. Is there really no one under the heavens? Who can answer my sword? Excuse me. Sir. See, congratulations on winning the battle. I work for the transportation agency. I was asked to hand this over to you, so. Then, excuse me. Wait. What? Damn it. He looks scary as fuck. Why does someone who won a battle have such facial expressions? Am I going to get killed today? What is that? Could it be a challenge letter to the Solitary Swordsman, the best martial master of MANHWA province? It might be an invitation from some sect. TSK, the Solitary Swordsman isn't someone who likes to belong to someplace. Step aside. The battle is over. Please disperse. Ha ha ha. Ha ha. This is bad. It seems he will chop off my head because he doesn't like what's written there. Ha ha. I am really like a frog in a well. I didn't know there were heavens beyond the heavens. What's he saying? Isn't that something a loser says? Sir. Do you perhaps have a problem with the result of the spar? I don't care about the spar anymore. Now, I have realized the Tao of the sword that I need to pursue. What? What just happened? I don't know. Did he mean there was a problem with the spar? Phew. Geez, I thought I was going to die. Why the hell did he have to make me wait? He shouldn't have at least laughed. Damn it, if he was going to walk away like this, he should have just left. TSK. What is written in this letter? What is this? Heavenly. It's hard to understand. It's hard to read. And the next is. Dragon sword. King. After that day, no one in the MANHWA province saw Solitary Swordsman Dok Garang again. It's a little later that he got the nickname the Invincible in 3 battles Dok Garang, and reappeared in Murim, West Lake, Shihu District, Hangzhou, Zhejiang Province. Murim Alliance. You were here, sir. It was you, the great warrior Yang Hojin, the blossom sword of the MANHWA sect. Great warrior. That would be presumptuous of me. How can I dare to be called a great warrior by Taoist Chongjin? Of the Wudang sect. It's a beautiful sight to see West Lake from here. Let's sit and enjoy the view. Thank you. It's our first time meeting like this, right? Yes. It is also the first time we have met in the Murim Alliance to represent our sections. However, I have heard a lot of rumors about you. The rumors that run around Jianghu are nothing but exaggerations. Don't be so modest. I think you are enough to be called the new martial master of the MANHWA sect. Thank you. I don't know how to react after being complimented this way by you. So, how was it? Your impression regarding the Murim Alliance? I'm not sure. Should I say it's very much like the Murim Alliance? After meeting the representatives of each sect, I feel a greater sense of responsibility. Considering the position of the alliance leader, which is said to be the most powerful position in Murim. TSK. If you are trying to imply that the methods adopted by the alliance leader are meant to ensure that a tragedy such as the Great Justice and Evil War never happens again, I would like to tell you that you underestimated them too much. The Great Justice and Evil War, it was a bloody war that happened 30 years ago. To reach the war's conclusion, in the end, a new force was born. A coalition of various clans, families, and sects of the Justice faction, that suppressed the evil faction and led to stable growth. Of the members of the Justice faction, the Murim Alliance, stability and peace of Jianghu and Murim. How ridiculous. That wasn't just a war, but a ploy for their own benefits, which made the rivalry among the various sects more chaotic and bloody than ever. Moreover, the higher-ups and court officials have colluded, and there are instances when even a tiny mistake can lead to a sect's demise. I'm saying it's already an old story when the sects were entertained. Even without doing anything. Do you think I want to hear ass-kissing words in this situation? I've heard that you are a light-tempered man. I guess we can't really believe the rumors of Jianghu. I didn't know you knew how to pinpoint things so clearly. Do you mean that you want to hear what I really feel, right? Wudang sect and the MANHWA sect will continue to have a discreet relationship, and we will always be acting together in an agreement regarding the meetings of the Murim Alliance. This is the stand of our Wudang sect. Ha 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 ha. Thank you, Taoist Chongjin. Your upfront disclosure has given me immense pleasure. Pleasure's mine. I'm the one who has learned a lot here. Oh, right. Do you know what the meeting that would happen after a few days in the Murim Alliance is all about? No, I haven't heard about it. Ichem. Is there something you know? Have you perhaps heard about Beyond Heaven's Reach Azure Dragon Sword Ruler? No, I don't think I have ever heard of that name. I mean in my official capacity. After all, you aren't ordinary either. Of course, I also haven't heard that name officially. I heard that some people also call him a sword immortal who has descended to help the people who like to learn swords, correct? He is a really fascinating and mysterious man. But is that name that essential to be mentioned in the meeting of the Murim Alliance? You know about the 5 mysterious incidents that happened in the last few months, right? I know about that, but are you trying to say that their deaths are related to the name of the Azure Dragon? Sword Ruler. No, there isn't any conclusive evidence. But if, only if. What if those 2 cases are related to each other? The people who got the letter of the Azure Dragon Sword Ruler went on the way to become martial masters. And deaths of the martial artist that happened after a discreet martial battle. What if those were planned by someone? It could be the case. I hope that isn't true. However, if those are related, this leads to only one answer. We have got a challenge to the current setting of Murim. All these are mere speculations, but the Murim is already changing. Because of a sudden storm called the Azure Dragon Sword Ruler. Hayap. For impossible. Sword Chi. No, is it a Chi manifested sword? Sword Chi is energy enveloped around a regular sword by experts. A Chi manifested sword is a sword made out of Chi, and there is no physical substance. Are you still not going to give up? I would like to know the name of the man who beat me. I am someone who reigns beneath the dark sky. Dark Heaven Martial Emperor. I am someone who reigns beneath the dark sky. Dark Heaven Martial Emperor. Dark Heaven Martial Emperor, although I've lost this battle. I can't follow your order. It's true that you have defeated me. However, I still can't acknowledge you. Is it because of the 5 heavenly venerables? No, I can't guarantee that they are stronger than you. So what? Azure Dragon. Sword Ruler. Have you heard this name? Have you met him? I haven't, but I'm sure. He is stronger than you. How can you say that even without meeting him? My friend said that he saw a new path of the sword after reading the letter of the Azure Dragon Sword Ruler. It is something more important than having the battle to see who is stronger. You are definitely stronger than me, but I didn't discover anything new after exchanging our swords. That is why I can't acknowledge you. Will you follow me if that Azure Dragon Sword Ruler follows me? You may leave. Thank you. Why did you tell him your nickname? He is a martial artist with potential. Is that also why you didn't take his life? How can someone like you know the potential of one martial artist? He is different from the other trash. Let's go back. This martial battle isn't over yet. I said the same thing. Didn't you hear me? Have to meet the Azure Dragon Sword Ruler. It's not your first time hearing that name, but why are you acting like that? That is why it's not yet time to return. There is an order from His Majesty. You are relieved of your duties starting today. I'm sorry. Does this mean I am getting fired? No, it's not laying off. You are still a scholar of Azure Building, but it's just that. We haven't given you the things you should do yet. Belvedere of Literary Profundity. Miscellaneous Books section. I didn't do anything wrong, but why am I living like a criminal? Since I might not be able to come back here anymore. So, I guess I must at least put these books in their place. A report on the holistic approach to the Murim, source. Handed down to the aristocrats dealing with Murim. I read this so many times that it's almost memorized, but this long title is still hard to read. I think the posture was a little wrong. Is it because it's a stick? Your swordsmanship is really soft. What if you become a sword fairy instead of the white tiger swordsman? What? Can you show me the conclusion of the white tiger training sword art that you saw? Still, you are better than me, senior. Since you left at least one book. Scholar Woon. Ah, Eunuch Park. So, you also knew about it. I can't believe. This eventually happened. I feel sorry for you, Scholar Woon. Don't be sorry. There is nothing you should feel sorry about. But I really can't understand. Why do such high-ranking authorities have to do this to me? Is it really that bad for me to see my brother who was falsely imprisoned? Perhaps, it's because they are anxious. Anxious? I don't think so. There is nothing I can do. It's not like that. The higher the status, the more possession they have, and the more anxious they become. So, they only feel relieved when surrounded by loyal people. Still, for over a decade, I haven't even seen the magnanimous face of the prince. The others may not perceive it the same way. So, what's going to happen from now on? I know nothing in this regard, but the work that would be given to you might be. Alright. I guess it is time for me to quit. Scholar Woon. You can't quit your job just because of this. You shouldn't do that. The people threatening you are coming out strong now, but it won't last long. If you just wait. There will come a time you will be acknowledged. Thank you, Eunuch Park. But after my brother passed away, I lost all my interest in this job. It's just that I didn't have a reason to quit. To begin with, this wasn't the place where someone like me should have come. I'm not like my brother who can risk his life for something he believes. I am not someone who has the ambition to climb to a higher authority. Scholar Woon. Are you really going to leave this place? I would like to rest for a while. Are you leaving now? Thanks for taking care of me all this time. So, what are you planning to do from now on? I'm planning to rest for a while. There are some places I want to visit too. I will take my time and contemplate what I need to do next. I heard that people, who act like loyal men in this palace, enjoy a lot outside when they go out. But they only wait to be called back to this place. In fact, they never forget this place. This is the specialty of this place. You are wise to decide to leave before anything worse happens. So, if you return to your hometown, abandon any resentment towards this job. Yes, sir. Goodbye. Then, take care, sir. Can I ask you one thing, sir? You once told me that this place is a graveyard of the scholars. But why are you still staying in this place? Deep valleys of mountains aren't the only place you can hide from the world. North Gate of Forbidden City, Gate of Divine Prowess. Most of the other scholars passed the imperial examination at this age. However, I am already retiring. I made a plausible statement to Eunuch Park. But did I say I was leaving? Uncle would be really surprised to see me, right? Scholar Woon. Ah, Eunuch Park. I thought I had to leave without seeing you. This is fortunate. Thanks for everything until now. Don't be so modest. There is nothing much I did. You were the one who treated me well. Of course not. Anyway, I'm not a scholar anymore, so don't address me like that anymore. If the country doesn't give their officials a job, they aren't an official anymore. However, as long as there are things to learn, aren't scholars still scholars? Huh, you are better with words than me. Please take care of yourself, Scholar Woon. If you endure and wait, I'm sure good days will arrive. Thank you so much. I think my most immense fortune was being able to meet someone like you. Now, what should I do? Guangzhou, where my uncle stays, is far away, so should I go to Hunan first? I also can see that famous Shaolin temple. And the Murong family residence too. Since they won't know that it was me who sent the letter, it won't be much of an issue if I just look around. If anything happens, I can just leave. Okay, let's go. This was just a small step for Woon Hyun. No, I told you that one looks too old-fashioned. But doesn't that one look too glittery? No, that's what fits you well. What am I going to do with this young miss carrying such crappy items? You are going to a martial tournament. You are not going to meet some boring oldies. How is it? That's the one. If you just wear such clothes and smile a little, I'm sure any man will fall for you. So make sure you don't smile at any man, okay? Damn you, kid. But why are you leaving so early? You still have some time. I am planning to look somewhere around. There is something I have to prepare for. Seems like you are as busy as me. Are you busy too? Of course I am. There are so many people in our family I have to take care of, you know. Seriously, there is nothing that goes well without me. Then, I will leave those things to you. If older brother Jean comes back, treat him well, okay? And don't forget to visit grandfather in the morning and evening. He okay? Don't worry, Uni. Miss, we are ready. I have to go now. Stay healthy and well. Okay. Good luck, Uni. A martial tournament invitation letter came from the Murim Alliance. I'm not saying this as your grandfather, but as the head of the family. Right now, our Murong family is at a critical crossroads. Whether we are included in one of the 5 great families will be decided by the younger generation. So, go to the martial tournament and see the bigger world. Everything you hear and see will be significant for each step the Murong family would take. As you command, family head. I'm sorry, me. I am entrusting you with the heavy burden of the family. Grandfather has changed a lot. What kind of man is he? Jeez. Who was that? I haven't seen him before. He must be a scholar visiting this province. Warn the coachman to be careful while riding next time. Okay, miss. Ahem. Cough. Cough. Oh, my. People are so impatient nowadays. Phew. Is the Murong resident still far away? You came to see the head of our family without any invitation or letter. He is a really busy man. He isn't someone you can meet just because you want to. Hey, look here. Isn't it the basic courtesy to inform the Lord and a guest is looking for them? What is this behavior? Silence. Where do you think you are raising your voice? You can't meet the head of our family without any letter or invitation. So just go back to where you came from. There must be a misunderstanding. I'm not a suspicious man. Long ago, I have. Shit. How can I explain this? Even if I say that I have once sent a letter to Dan Chunmurong, they won't recognize me, will they? I have. And it's not like we frequently exchanged letters. Moreover, the letter was sent with a fake name. You have what? Do you have a debt or something? Stop being annoying and just go away while we are still being nice. Seriously, all the scholars are the same. They think reading a few characters makes them great or something. Even when they don't have any penny on them. What is happening? Deputy Manager. I just asked you what is going on. Ah, this man wants to meet the head of the family without any letter of invitation. Meet the Lord. He looks somewhat like Manager Sailchin. You have to wait if you don't have any letter. Now, follow me. So, what did you used to do for a living? I was a scholar in the Imperial Palace. You look too young to pass the Imperial exam. Even though I look like this, I'm over 30 years old. What is the reason you wish to meet the family head? I used to hear the name of the Murong family frequently, so I wanted to greet him while passing by this place. 2 weeks later, Hiya. He asked me to wait, so I thought it's gonna take about 2 to 3 days. But more than 10 days have passed. I've still not gotten any updates. The deputy manager gave an order to the worker and guided me to the place where I could stay while waiting, but that place was already full of people. Mostly, 2 to 3 martial artists stay in one big room. However, after I told them that I was a scholar, they gave me one small room for myself. The problem is meeting the family head isn't something like first come, first served. I must come up with something that can draw his attention. But I don't have anything special that I can show them. Should I try sending one of the letters I have written earlier? No. I don't need to go that far. And it seems like no one knows about the letter I wrote. I'm sure it's better to keep quiet about that. Should I just leave? Hiya. Their posture is so messed up. It would be hard for them to become official disciples. I think it will be hard just to become a soldier. There is only one reason I regularly come to the training stage. It's because I feel comfortable when I see people training, as it kinda reminds me of the old days. Phew. It's not them I should be worried about. What is that? Why does such a young man sigh deeply like that? Like someone who was rejected or something. Sang Ah. Why are you always here, Woon Appa? Most of the people who like books don't enjoy this kind of training. This kid shows up and talks with me when I stay here for long. Most of the time, she asks me a couple of random things and just leaves saying she is busy. Anyway, Woon Appa, how many books have you read? I am not sure. I haven't counted it, but it should be around 10,000, but why? We have a significant age gap for me to be called Appa. But I guess it's better than being called a Jussi. Doesn't your head hurt if you read that many books? Just a little reading makes me bored to the extent that I can't bear it. It used to happen with me too. However, I kept studying and somehow got used to it. Sometimes reading can be interesting. You must have given up on enjoying life. No. So, is there anything you can do besides studying, Woon Appa? Actually, I also trained with a sword. What? Really? Show me, Woon Appa. And now. Can we do it the next time, when I get the chance? TSK, you are just saying that, but you show me in the end. All the adults are the same. Sang Ah. What a prickly child. She acts like she is happy, but she must have been really lonely since there are no other children or adults who take care of her. That must be the reason she always comes to see me. Alright, I will show it to you. Really? I will go bring the sword, so just wait for a while. Okay. Ah, there it is. It's rude to just lay hands on the weapons of others from the training ground, but I guess just a wooden sword would be fine. Hey. What are you doing? I just asked you what you are doing. I just asked you what you are doing. Ah. Sorry. I wanted to borrow the wooden sword. Borrow the wooden sword. Don't try to be funny and just put that down. Seems like you tried to just sneak that out. Are you looking down on us just because you know how to read a little? Hey, bookworm, have you ever even touched a sword? You might cut yourself. Even if I'm the one who is at fault here, they didn't have to harass me like that. Shut up. That's too much. It's just one wooden sword. Are those swords yours? You don't even use them. What now? Is that scholar asking a little girl for help? Hey, hey. How can you call yourselves men? Which you pick on one man in a group like that? Just don't even stare at her. Okay. Sang up. Sorry for laying my hands on it without permission. Their reaction surely crossed the line, but it was me who gave them the reason. If I am piqued here, I'll be just giving them what they want, so it's the right choice to step back. Oh, he is backing away. It looks like he doesn't even have the strength to twist the neck of the chicken. Such a chicken-livered guy. Kiki. Twist chicken's neck. I think he should be thankful the chicken doesn't twist his neck. Sang up. Let's stop. It's okay. I will show it to you next time. Okay. It's not okay. Can't I say anything when they talk to you like that? If it was my uni, she wouldn't have let this pass. Even when bad guys break in, my uni kicks those bad ajusi out so proudly. Sang up. I really despise people like you. Ah, that story. It's a really famous story in Hunan province. They were underestimating the Morong family. They confidently thought, if they pressured the Morong family in a group, the Morong family would simply obey them. Those bastards, they were anyway caught in the end. Lady Mi Morong said that she would rather die than be humiliated. She was really great. That wasn't some rookie family like those bastards can't even imagine. Die rather than be humiliated, huh? It was even more impressive what she said afterward. If I remember correctly, this is what she confidently said in front of those many people. Our Morong family is determined to risk our lives, so one word from the Iron family about what's going to happen would have been enough. However, these so-called representatives of families came in a group and caused such a mess. What else could it be but our mockery? And of course, the head of the Iron family wasn't able to boast his name in Hunan province any longer. So, that's what happened. Thanks for telling me. It's nothing much. Don't mind. So, Sang-ah is the younger sister of Lady Mi Murong. Since I too, was in the situation of being harassed by multiple people, she must have naturally compared her sister's resolve in such a situation with mine. Is she still mad? I still do think that what I did was the right course of action. But why does it infuriate me? Because she acted like spoiled brats. Should I have just fought them just like Sangha told me to? I think training a little would make me better. It's been 2 weeks since I came here. I guess I haven't trained for a month. Seriously, what am I still waiting for in this place? Let's just leave already. I have wasted enough time on this foolish goal of meeting the family head. I wonder if the others in the Forbidden City are doing well. What happened? Ah, you were sleeping. Sorry. What the? Someone is here. Are you telling me to sleep in such a small place? But you can't go to your bedroom in this condition. Stay in this place for a night. Yuck, he reeks of alcohol. We don't have another room, and we don't want a lot of people to see this. I'm sorry, but please let him sleep here for just a day. Are they disciples of the Morong family? It seems like they have been drinking. The senior was drunk to his limits, so the junior brought him over. Well, go ahead. This room has quite some space, so it's not much of an issue. I'm really sorry. Hey. Bring me more drinks. No, you are already drunk. Are you also looking down on me? I said, bring me more drinks. Okay, okay. Please, keep quiet. Sorry for causing a scene while you are sleeping. Hey. I said, sorry for causing a scene while you are sleeping. Hey. I said. I'm sorry for this. It's okay. I got it. Please keep quiet. Are you telling me to shut the fuck up and lay low? Seems like you are pretty drunk. Don't you think it's better to take a rest already? I also have to wake up early and be on my way. That's the same thing as what I have said. You are just sugarcoating it like a coward. Damn it. Aren't you being too rude to someone you just met? Rude. Didn't you also come here to beg for something in this place? Don't act noble. Look at yourself before you talk about others. Look at yourself. How can you call yourself a disciple of the Murong family? Look at myself. What about it? It's you bastard who looks like a stick. Who do you think you are trying to edify? Bastard. How dare you use such a rude word? If you are a disciple of this family, act like one. How can you raise your sword when you treat people this way? What do you care whether I raise my sword or what? Damn it. I don't care about the sword or anything else. Hey. Where's my alcohol? What did you just say? I said I don't care about the sword. Why? Is that what someone who uses a sword can say? I'm a scholar, yet I do know well what kind of mindset martial artists have when raising their swords. Nonetheless. You are a disciple of such a prestigious martial family, yet, how can you say such a thing? Have you lost your shame because of the alcohol? Kakik. Seriously. These pipsqueaks think they have the right to teach me. Why? Are you also going to teach me how to use a sword? If you want to learn, there is no reason for me not to teach you. Let's go out. Okay then. Should I have just stopped them? He just started to ask me to bring a wooden sword to fight this scholar. Even if he was drunk, he belittled the sword a little too much. It might be my first martial battle, but I won't let him win so easily. It looks like he is looking down on me just because I'm a little drunk. You've picked the wrong man, kid. Now then, please enlighten me. Have you also forgotten about manners? If you want to be taught, you must act first. I was planning to cut you some slack, but that won't do. Just don't regret this. Here I come. What just happened? I was definitely aiming for his arm. Humph. This time, let's do it more accurately. What? Are you already giving up? That's right. Obviously, there is no way an ordinary scholar would recklessly accept the wooden sword battle challenge. So this is your hidden card, huh? I am completely sober now. I will adequately take care of you starting now. Hiap. Ugh. What just happened? He was definitely slower than me, but how did he bounce off my sword and hit my leg? Are you really not going to do this properly? No matter how I look at him, he seems like an ordinary scholar. He has so many openings that anything swinging can hit him. Besides, his reactions are slow. How the hell is he blocking my sword? Till now, I've looked down on him and used simple attacks. But now, I will handle him with proper swordsmanship skills. Hiya. Again. His movements are slower than mine but block my attack. However, just as I expected. This time, you won't be able to block me. Arg. Who are you? I'm just a scholar who is teaching you the sword. Are you trying to humiliate me? It's nothing compared to how you humiliated all the martial artists who use swords. I won't cut you slack from now on. Just don't blame me later. So you ended up that way because you were cutting me some slack. I don't know much about the sword, but I am capable enough to teach third-rated street gangsters like you. So don't worry about it and go ahead. I guess he isn't a third-rated street gangster but a young man who has seriously learned the sword. If I were to compare, he is as strong as an ordinary Imperial Guard. However, he has a critical weakness. His sword doesn't know how to ride the flow, and his movements are mere repetitions of memorized movements. Damn it. I keep attacking, but he hasn't phased even a bit. As he didn't even need to move to block my attacks. You have good posture but don't have any flow. It seems like you have the potential, but I think it's hard to stand out even if you become an official disciple. Something that you have. Something unique that only you have. Don't you have such a thing? I admit that I am not as good as you. I won't let you humiliate me any further. You are an amusing man. A man, who doesn't like to be humiliated, ridiculed others just because he was drunk. He is definitely right. The reason why I ran towards alcohol and women was to protect my pride. But that choice made me too miserable. This is different. It seems he is planning to finish this spar with the next attack. Phew. I guess I have to do this properly too. I can't guarantee this would work, but with the best sword technique I can use, Morong family great disciple Jean Morong, I will reclaim my pride as the great disciple of the Morong family. Even kids can do what they are told to do. If you don't know the essence of the swordsmanship and if you don't use it with your own flow, you are just a slave of the sword technique. Since you don't know and don't even try to learn, obviously, you can't be the one in charge. It doesn't seem like you don't have potential, so stop drinking and control your mind first. If you don't want to be the slave, you must become the master. This feels like I released my anger on the wrong man. Even though I don't know how to control my mind, I told others to do so. I will leave as soon as the sun rises. Anyway, the wooden sword broke. Is it because of the inner strength technique Il Chunghyun Hyungnim taught me? My one sword technique was successful. More perfect than ever. What the hell was that? That swordsmanship he displayed with a wooden sword against my best sword technique. It's a sword technique that doesn't exist in the Morong family. My own sword, my own flow, something that's. If I don't want to become the slave, I have to become the master. Hoo hoo hoo. The air this morning is exceptionally fresh. Hiya. Someone has already started training at the drill hall. It feels delightful to have disciples who train early in the morning. Who could be this guy today? Hiya. Really? Jean, that kid. Since I was adopted into the Morong family, I had nothing of my own. Including my name, Jean Murong bestowed by the family head, everything given to me was someone else's. I did my damnedest to conform and even earned the title of the great disciple of Murong. However, there was always an empty corner in my heart. Maybe that's why. After losing my honor in the duel with the great disciple of the Iron Household, I chose illusion. The family head successfully overcame the grief of loss after a while and defeated the Iron family in a rematch. While I could not accomplish anything yet, I kept wandering, trying to find a way out of a trap made of a shell of helplessness. However, yesterday, I was led by the scholar to escape from it. Now I can pursue my own goals. He used to be a single-minded kid who simply followed a thoroughly set path of sword. But now, he is swinging his sword in a manner that would have been unimaginable in the past. Although his technique is still rough, the sword tip definitely seems alive. Excellent. It seems a while of wandering was not wasteful. Ho. From now the whole world will know that the Murong family has more than just the first sword, Dan Chun. Ichem. Is anyone out there? Are you awake, sir? You are. Excuse me for disturbing you this early in the morning. Ah. It's okay. What brings you here? I apologize for my rudeness last night. And no, I was also in the wrong. You were, of course, drunk, but I was sob. No, you brought me to my senses. Thanks for your lesson, sir. Sir. By the way, what brought you to our Murong household? I wish to pay a visit to the family head for a moment, but it seems he has been busy these days, so I am about to leave. Could it be that you guys know each other? It's nothing like that. I have simply heard a lot of rumors and stories about the glorious Murong family, so Give me a bit more time. Let me try my best to get you a meeting with the Lord. And no, I didn't have any particular business with him, so you don't have to. How can our family feel confident after not being considerate to the great visitors? Don't decline my request. Please wait a moment. A problem that has been unresolved for over a fortnight is about to be solved with the words of one disciple. Maybe this is why people try so hard to look for connections. Nonetheless, it was a wrong visit from the beginning. I realize now how foolish my thoughts were to get recognized by the Murong family. I wonder what I would say once I meet the family head. Anyway, he is a really nice person when sober. Thank you for paying us a visit. I'm the Murong family's head, Dan Chun Murong. It's an honor to meet you. I'm Woon Hyun. Is this for real? I can't believe I met him this easily. What did I wait for? You said you were a scholar. Yeah, that's right. You must have had a hard time preparing for the imperial examination. I don't think it was anything special. Everyone who attempts to take the imperial examination goes through it. This conversation isn't going anywhere. Why did Jean recommend this guy? I hate being too loud, but being reticent is also uncomfortable. Alright. What brings you up to visit our household? I was on my way, but since the name of the Murong family is so famous, I stopped by to pay my greeting. I was a little worried about our fame and title being vain. Thanks for knowing us. Manager. Yes, Lord. Carefully serve the visitor. I'm so sorry, Sir Woon. You're good. I could meet the Lord thanks to you, right? I was actually planning to leave today. So, don't worry about it. I can't believe it. There must be something wrong. It's alright. I'm satisfied with the small meeting. Murong family's first sword exactly looked like what I thought. He is the lord of a prestigious family, and I am the scholar with nothing to put on the table. At least, I realized I can't force my will as I please. It was a good thing that I came out after saying hello. Please visit again later. I'll do it sometime again if possible. What do you mean if possible? You must visit no matter what. Ho ho. You were Jean Morong, right?